All right, good to have you back. Well, for our newspaper review this morning, we'll have a special guest in the house who's going to be helping us with the analysis this morning. I'm talking about Ife Chukwudan Jacobs, a legal practitioner and, of course, a great analyst. Good to have you on the show.
Good morning, the presenter. Viewers are welcome.
All right, let's kickstart with stories making the headlines on our ABS website.
Voting Abga candidate to enhance delivery of democracy dividends. JAF. Senate to investigate postponement of presidential National Assembly elections. Anambra SSG Chukwulobelu asked state electorate to back Abga candidates. Benue community count losses in fresh herdsmen attack. All right, those are the stories making the headlines on ABS website. And I think we should start with the very first one from JAF, yeah? They are saying that if the electorate votes for Abga candidates, that it will enhance delivery of democracy in the state.
Well, actually, if the electorate will vote for Abga, considering the fact that the governor is an Abga member, he's from Abga, and there is need to vote Abga members so that we have good working relationship with the State Assembly. If you vote, when the Anambra vote other party into power, they will be antagonizing him. There will be not that harmonious relationship between governor and the legislators, which he might use the rest of the year lobbying the House, using hard-earned money he would have used to work to lobby them. And when we talk about lobbying, it's not with empty hand. In order for them to support, but if it's Abga family, any issue they discuss it as a family, and knowing full well that they are working together to achieve a common purpose.
Go through the pains together, share joys together.
So there is need that in the Anambra, no matter what might be the grievances in some quarters, whatever, no matter what happened, they should put it behind.
Yeah.
Vote Abga coming Saturday.
All right, let's look at the second story. That's that they are saying they are going to investigate the postponement of the presidential and the National Assembly elections.
Well, I think with the way things went, there is need to know why, so that when you know the cause, you can provide solutions to prevent future occurrence.
Okay. And then, now it's SSG, that's Chukwulobelu, is still asking the electorate to vote Abga. And then finally, Benue community count losses in fresh herdsmen attack. I think it's been a while we heard of attack.
This one
maybe
immediately
after elections.
After presidential election, we are now hearing of a herdsmen attack, as if they are waiting for the election to end. So the presidency should sit up this time around to secure the life and property of Nigeria, no matter where that person lives. This issue of ethnicity in this country is causing us a lot of trouble. We're supposed to talk about Nigerians, not about Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, any ethnicity. We should have one Nigeria if actually we want to move forward.
Yeah.
And when we want progress, there must be justice. Let there be justice. Let them make sure, let the presidency make sure this time around that the perpetrator of this dastardly act should be fished out and punished accordingly, so that will deter from doing so.
All right, let's kickstart. Let's move to the very first papers this morning. The Daily Times stories making the headlines. The big one: 2019 presidential election. Atiku goes to court. PDP to petition UN over role of military in February 23 polls. Invite Abdul Salami's peace committee for unnecessary silence. FIRS generates 12.6 trillion naira revenue in 3 years as non-oil tax revenue increases to 7.508 trillion. Well, Buhari's tough decisions will be in Nigeria's interest. That's coming from SGF. Plea again, late Bade's family concedes $1 million accompanying 5 properties to FG. Why we are investigating Atiku's son-in-law, EFCC. Court nullifies Kano PDP governorship primary, orders fresh election. Big one, 2019 presidential election. Atiku goes to court?
Well, I think that he did the right thing. Being aggrieved participant in that election, and for the fact he was not satisfied, and he's not satisfied about the outcome, I think he did the right thing, not to resort to violence or encourage disobedience. Going to court the right step. Let him see the proper redress. Let the court look into his complaints, into his grievances. If they found it worthy, the outcome will be different in the court. If we have enough evidence that the election was rigged, that there was a substantial malpractice in the election, I think it's the right thing to do so that peace will reign. It's still a very good step.
All right, let's look at Buhari's tough decision will be in the interest of Nigeria. That's coming from SGF.
Well, it depends on what they mean by tough decision. We know that when you talk about something being tough, it's not a palatable issue. When you talk about tough decision, it's a very painful and sacrificial thing to do. I think that Nigerians have actually sacrificed much in last administration, the last 4 years. We'll be talking about how to cushion the effect of the sacrifice they have made, not asking them to make more sacrifice. When they're talking about tough decisions, it means Nigerians will ask to make more sacrifices.
All right, just to let you know that this is quite participatory. The numbers are on your screen. Call us, join in the conversation this morning, and of course, let us hear your own view on the newspaper stories this morning. Let's also see this one. Plea bargain. Late body's family concedes $1 million in $1 million company, 5 properties to FG. Plea bargain.
Well, it's one of the system in the criminal where if you don't want for the full details of the trial, you can, okay, this actually happened. Let me give out this. Let's forget about this case. Do you get it?
Where is this corrupt? I don't know. Maybe this is $1 million we're talking about. Companies and various, forfeiting to the government. Where is this corruption coming from? I mean, what exactly is really happening in Nigeria?
Let me tell you, this country is very, very rich. Had it been the leaders of this country right from independence, we are committed to the progress of this nation. We would have been one of the richest countries in the world. No Nigerian is supposed to have any cost to travel outside to look for anything. If you are traveling out, you are going for holidays just to go and spend your money and come back. But because of, when you hear about this corruption, they cut away this money in dollars, in hard currency.
But the funny thing is that now they've recovered. What are they going to use it to do? That's another question.
The issue is that the one that they told us they are recovered, we are not seeing the effect on Nigeria.
Exactly.
They have not actually employed them in the service of this country.
My pain is one man embezzling this, and for him to come off for saying this is a plea bargain, it's more
that's the family. He's no longer alive.
We are talking about $1 billion. To some of them, it's a chicken change. To some of these politicians, we are not even talking about. Some of these past leaders have, if we expose what they took away from this country, we shake.
All right, let's go over to the Punch newspaper. Banner headline says, PDP to petition UN and others over military role killings during February 23 poll. Up there we have NMPC loses 228.1 billion naira as refineries remain dormant. You see that on page 27 of the Punch newspaper. Buhari's tough decisions will be in Nigeria's best interest, SGF. EFCC quizzes Atiku's son-in-law for allegedly laundering £150 million. Kidnappers abduct Super Eagle Samuel Carlos' mother, demands 50 million naira ransom. Court sacks Kano PDP governorship candidate, orders fresh primaries. FG spent 2.95 trillion naira on petrol imports in 2018, MBS. And then gridlock as fire got Ogun mass transit bus on Otedola Bridge in Lagos. Wow, those are the pictures there. Card readers for March 9 polls reconfigured. Osun Rec. Policeman on raid allegedly kills Lagos Tyler and shoots wife. Police arrest 323 for electoral offenses, lose 2 calls. Then, finally, APC PDP clash over alleged plan to remove Sultan. All right, let's go over to EFCC quizzing Atiku's son-in-law over squandering of 150 million
I think they say laundering.
That's pounds.
They say
laundering, yeah, laundering.
Well, it depends on what they mean. Maybe they found that money in his possession illegally. When you talk about laundering, it means finding such unexpected, unauthorized amount of money.
150 million pounds.
In possession of somebody. They get it, point.
Yeah.
150 million pounds. To some of these Nigerians, I keep on telling you, it's nothing to talk about. Some of them have investment worth of billions of pounds outside this country. That's why imagine we're talking about importation of petroleum, spending 228 trillion for subsidy, but none of our refinery is working.
Working, yeah.
Nigeria imports refined product from UK. The UK that control our oil sector here, mining, but they cannot build this refinery.
What do you think is responsible for this?
Corruption. There's nothing you can. The only thing responsible for all this suffering, all these things, is corruption.
Some people probably
the root
eating
is
from
corruption.
that place.
Yeah,
many of them are not
there.
interested. They regard this country as what will I call it? Just as where they go and take. Just when you have a farm, you go and if you are farming a piece of land without replacing it, you get to a point, it will not be fertile again.
Yeah,
they are just taking away without reinvesting. That is why we are suffering. Had it been these people stole this money, invested it here, they will be asking billionaires. Nigerians will be better for it. But all this money that is, imagine a subsidy of petroleum product, the amount of money we are spending. How do we have refineries, functioning refineries in this country? By now, there will be a balanced competition. Maybe we have a refinery in Anambra now. The cost of fuel in Anambra might be different when you consider other areas where they don't have a refinery close to them because of cost of transportation and rest of them. But in this country, everything depends on importation. But Nigeria is one of the largest oil producing nation. I think sixth in the whole world.
All right. Let's move on to the next paper, Daily Independent. Stories making the headlines. There may be no general elections in 2023. That's coming from PDP. Riders there, rights UN, others over role of military imposed. Files petition at election tribunal today. Ask EFCC to release Tanimu Turaki immediately. On top of that story, federal government moves replacing Emefiele as CBN governor. Court terminates charges against Alex Bade, asks federal government to take over his multi-billion naira assets. Court removes Kano PDP Guber candidate, orders fresh primary. We will reclaim our mandate in Akwa Ibom. That's coming from Buhari. Bayelsa government house photographer shot during presidential pool dies. While we arrested Atiku's son-in-law, police arrested 323 offenders during presidential NAS election. Government of national unity will never happen. Federal government, Atiku should go to court, not congratulate Buhari. Balarabe Musa. Oh, big one. There may not be elections, general elections 2023.
Well, from the way things are going, the military have been interfering in the election process. They should not be doing that. They should be apolitical. They should support the process to be credible, free, and fair. Whoever wins, let that person be allowed to rule. But the unnecessary interference, look at what happened in Rivers State, shooting, killing, and other areas, and the military were involved in some of those shootings, which is very bad. I don't know, in other countries, it's only police that mans election security. military will be standby in case of if there is problem. But military in Nigeria involved directly in election issues, which is not supposed. Even if they have to, they should make sure they don't interfere in the process.
Okay. And federal government moves replacing Emefiele as CBN governor.
I don't know when. I think if his tenure is up, there's nothing bad in the president. But if his tenure is not up, but if there is opportunity to renew his tenure, I think to remove it now that the election is over, and we are talking about imbalance in appointment, it's not a good sign.
Government of national unity will never happen, coming from federal government.
Well, it depends on what they mean. It will never happen, because thank God that this country is very peaceful. We tolerate a lot of things for interest of peace. Nigerians are very wonderful people. I commend them for that. They should keep on pursuing to impact of peace. The federal government saying that if Atiku eventually succeed in court process, I think, or if there's enough evidence that the 2019 election was rigged, and there's need for national government to concede, he must concede to it.
Yeah.
All right, quickly, let's move on to the next paper.
The Guardian newspaper. Banner headline said,
The Nation newspapers. Let's take that first before the Guardians. Defections, court battles as parties intensify campaigns. And writers there, support base for Abiodun swells in Ogun. Kano, PDP ESCO defects to APC. Or your APC accuses PDP of peddling rumors. George refuses to stop Bindao. Kwara governor intimidating workers. Autumn, no plan to compromise INEC. Court convict Badi's firm of 3.97 billion naira fraud. My intention in Oyo APC by Tinubu. CBN chief Emefiele still in office. Ex-MBA chairman held for fraud. Musa leads 22 against Seychelles. Oil rises to $65.25 on trade deal. 150 million euro EFCC probes Atiku's son-in-law. PDP demands detainees release. Well, that's it. Let's quickly go to the Guardian newspapers.
Yeah. Guardian newspaper banner headline: protests in Abuja offer issuance of certificate of return to Buhari. Atiku must reclaim mandate given to him by Nigerians. PDP files petition against president's victory today. Saraki Dogara, governor absent from Caucus meeting. APC vows to recover stolen votes in Akwa Ibom state. Divisive intrigues versus APC's gubernatorial chances in state. That's from Shimole. PDP to petition UN over alleged military killings during presidential poll. SCDS Bade Swem convicted in 3.9 billion fraud suit. All right, let's look at the big story here in Guardian. Protests in Abuja over issuance of certificate of return to Buhari.
Okay. So I think the other protests to show you that many people, many Nigerians do not believe that the election was fair and fair. That is the cause of the protest. But I think what Atiku did to go to court is still in the right direction. The supporters should allow the Supreme Court.
You know, before now, some group came out that Atiku should just make the call, because that was making it out in the Facebook, in the social media. Atiku, just pick up your phone and make the call, as in congratulate the president. And now this group protesting, saying that he should not.
The supporters of APC will ask him to make call because the result is in favor of APC. The supporters of PDP that felt that the election was rigged will be protesting. Do you see? So the issue now is that let them just sheath their sword, allow this issue of tribunal to go into court. Let's see what will be outcome of the court process.
All right, let's look at this one. Divisive intrigues versus APC gubernatorial chances in states. I think this is coming from Oshimole.
the intrigues. Anyway, I think, thank God that next Saturday is governorship election
and the House of Assembly.
House of Assembly. Nigerians should come and vote according to their wish. Don't let them not allow anybody to intimidate them. Like this issue of defection from PDP to AP shows that most of Nigerians don't know what is called political ideology.
And then we are still talking about conducting a fresh primary in Kano State.
Well, I think
for the governorship election.
The timing of the court has decided, but I know that INEC might not remove the name of the candidate for now. Maybe after the election, when the candidate goes to court of appeal, might restart him. If he wants, he becomes the governor. If he wants, automatically, if he wins next Sunday's pool, and the court of appeal instead his mandate from the party primaries, what's stop? But if you remove his name now, eventually he wants. What will be the outcome?
Maybe they will not conduct election at all in Kano State. Maybe later they will do that.
The timing is very, very. Look at how many days now. There's no time to reconduct the primary.
All right, thank you very much. That's how much we really have for you on Newspaper Review. You want to know more, go out and pick the papers, and of course, get to read up and know what is happening. I want to say a very big thank you to Ifechukwu Dan Jacobs, a legal practitioner, and of course, a great analyst. Very thanks for coming.
Thank you, the presenters. Thank you, the viewers. Ndi Anambra, Jen to vote on Saturday. Vote for Apuga.